All right, we should be live on YouTube. Before we get started here, I want to make sure that the notification goes out and this is running smoothly. I have not run a live stream on this channel in quite some time, so I'm just waiting for the notification. Looks like it's popped up. Let me make sure it's going through. Before we get started here, I want to make sure that okay, it looks like it's rolling smoothly. Okay. All right, we're good. All right. Welcome, everybody, to Coach Eli 2. Let me check out the back end here. It's actually, okay, just a second here. It's been a while since I've run a live stream on this channel or done anything on this channel. Welcome to Coach Eli 2 Uncensored Live Streams. I wanted to do this stream tonight to make you folks aware of a decision that I made a little while ago today. It's been a decision I've been contemplating for quite some time. It's not an easy decision. It wasn't an easy decision. And this decision comes with a very heavy heart. Many of you that have been following me for quite some time know that I've been on YouTube doing this full time for the last 5 years, between a former channel I used to run and then another channel that I've been running up until now called Coach Eli, Elias Melas. It was formerly known as A Grip on Life. And I will say it has been one of the most difficult challenges I've ever taken on. And I'm going to run on the fly, folks, and there's a lot of emotion involved here, and I'm going to try to keep it together. I'm going to do the best I can to keep it together. But I wanted to put this out as quickly as possible because, people are going to wonder, what happened to Eli's channel? What's going on with Eli? Is Eli okay? Eli is just fine. Eli's doing okay. But I need to really refocus on what's important to me and, what risks am I willing to take that can potentially affect my personal life, my relationship, my family, and other people that I care for. And I will tell you this, folks, I made a lot of mistakes on this platform, too many to mention. But the mistakes that I made, from the bottom of my heart, so help me God, were honest mistakes. But I made a lot of mistakes trying to figure out this platform, stemming back to my former channel. I didn't even know what a troll and a hater was when I first came on this platform. I had no idea that putting out your real name and showing your face would get people to look into you and do things that just aren't right. I really didn't know what I was up against, and I had a lot of experience coming into this because, I was an entrepreneur in real life before this, doing in-person networking events, doing public speaking. I had done podcasting. So I had a lot of experience, and I really enjoyed doing it in real life. But then when things started to shift more so online, I decided to give YouTube a try, and I decided to make a career change to become a coach. And I've always understood in life that people are going to be critical of you, and you have to learn how to deal with criticism. And in real life, I learned how to deal with criticism. There was a lot of it, throughout my experiences in being an entrepreneur, running and attending business networking events all over Northern California before I came out here and did this 5 years ago, started doing this 5 years ago. The first, the prior 10 years before that, I was doing all of this, but doing it in person. And I was also an insurance broker, and I was running networking events, connecting other like-minded entrepreneurs with other like-minded entrepreneurs so we can create a big referral base all over Northern California. So I learned how to deal with criticism through that experience. But when I came out here on YouTube, I really had no idea, what I was up against. And I really don't think anybody knows what they're truly up against when they're on this platform. And while I've gotten a lot better over the last year or two at dealing with criticism and, dealing, with things out here on YouTube, it's gotten to the point of where, once again, it's really beginning to take a toll on my health. It's beginning to take a toll. My lady and I are still together, and she's watching, and she supports me. I support her. There's nothing wrong with that. And while it may not be necessarily, taking a big toll on my relationship, it is starting to take a toll on my relationship. Even though my lady, has texted me many times throughout the day once I made this decision, and she texted me right before I went live here. And she's very supportive, and she's got my back. I just do not want to put her in the same position I put my ex-girlfriend that I was dating many years ago when I had her do videos with me on my former channel. I don't want to put her in that position. She means too much to me to, take any risk of anything happening to her. So I will always choose my relationship, my family, and my close real life friends over being out here on YouTube. I started talking about this earlier on this week through some live streams, some walking live streams that I did, and some comments on some community posts I made on my other main channel. And, after going live earlier today on my former channel, well, my main channel, which I'll explain what's going on with that in a second. And I cut my stream short and I put it to private. As I was walking out of the trail, I made it halfway. I made it to one side of the trail. And as I was walking back for another mile and a half, I killed the stream and I put it to private. And I was just thinking, and, my lady texted me and I called her. And I was just thinking, sometimes it just isn't worth it. Sometimes things are just not meant to be. I'm not coming out here and saying that I'm shutting down my coaching business or I'm giving up. The coaching business will continue, but it will more than likely no longer be out here on YouTube. I'm beginning to realize that what I do out here on YouTube may not be what the YouTube audience wants. And, I need to take my content somewhere else and take my business somewhere else where, there's a better, target audience for it. The way that I've seen YouTube change and evolve over the last 5 years compared to what it used to be, it's very difficult for anyone that wants to do something like me to grow a channel out here and find the right target audience. For the last 3 years, I've been, for the last 5 years, I've been involved, I got involved with some groups that I thought were the right groups initially, and I realized they're just not the right groups. And I've tried so hard to avoid those groups and to, try to retune the YouTube algorithm to, push my content out to different people. And no matter what I did, I changed my channel name, I changed my thumbnails. I tried different types of content, pre-recorded videos, many live streams, titles, descriptions, tags. I optimized everything. And it just didn't happen. Just wasn't happening. And that's why I've decided to cut my losses at this point and make a shift regarding my business, which I'll share as much as possible here tonight. There's still a lot of things I need to sort out. I'm going to talk to my lady in a little bit. But I'll tell you what I know so far and more than likely what will happen. As far as my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, most of you are probably aware by now that I have hidden my channel. I have not deleted my channel at this point. I hid my channel earlier tonight, and more than likely within a couple of weeks I will be permanently deleting my channel. More than likely. I have not decided yet, but more than likely I will do that. The reason why I didn't do it tonight is because I have content I need to download from my channel. There's a lot of content out there that I need to make some backup copies of stuff. And it's going to take me some time to do that. And over the next 2 weeks, while I do that, I'll figure out if I do decide to come back on that channel or not. More than likely not, because that channel, there's just been so much that's gone through that channel where my content has hit the wrong audiences out there. And if I were to even come back to YouTube, I would have to start over again. More than likely, that would be the best thing to do. I still have to figure that out. I do apologize. I'm a little bit all over the place because, this it's not easy. I'm trying to be as strong about this as possible. I'm a strong guy. I can take a lot of punishment, but it's hard. I'm not going to lie to you folks. It's not easy. Okay. I also want to take this opportunity, and I sincerely and wholeheartedly mean this. I know some people may question this, but I want to apologize to each and every one of you out there, regardless of who you are, whether you're someone that I'm friends with or has supported me genuinely, or whether you're someone that I've gone back and forth with, beefing and stuff like that. Too many people to mention, so I want to make a blanket statement. I sincerely and wholeheartedly apologize to each and every one of you, even if you're not on my side, because I've always been the kind of person that loves everyone no matter what. I love everyone no matter what. And I wish nothing but the best for everyone. It has never been my intentions to hurt anyone. All I've ever wanted to do was come out here and help uplift people and raise their spirits. There are a lot of people in this world nowadays that are going through a lot, that are struggling with a lot of emotional trauma, unresolved emotional trauma that stems back to their childhood. And I'm not here to criticize any one of you. I know a lot of you are hurting deep within, and I feel for you and I care for you. My lady was going through the same thing when I met her a little over 6 months ago. And she's turned it around because she allowed me to help her and work with her. And she's turned her life around. I'm so proud of her. And it made me feel good that, if anything else, right? If nothing else, okay, at least I found a good woman. And what I did out here on YouTube for the last 5 years and what she's seen for the last 6 months has helped her. I'm not trying to take any credit for it, but that's what she's told me. And I firmly believe it. I wish nothing but the best for all of you. Even people that I haven't been too fond of regarding the content they create. Everybody's different. People have a different purpose of being out here on YouTube or on social media. And I don't want to be the person that gets in the way of anything you're trying to accomplish, whether I think it's good or not good. I don't want to get in the way. I've always been the kind of person, because of the way I was raised by my mother, got this more so from my mother, and this is what's gotten me in trouble. I've always been too nice to people. I've always been like the sacrificial lamb. I know I mentioned that on a stream. I even titled the stream that at some point over the last 3 years, but I've done so many pieces of content, live streams and videos that I can't remember. It was probably a couple years, 2 or 3 years ago. But my nature has always been to be the sacrificial lamb. And more so in my younger days, I sacrificed a lot within myself. And I've even sacrificed myself completely at times in the past for friends and other people because I wanted to see them happy. That's the type of guy I am. That's my nature, right? And I was really thinking about this before I went live tonight. And I wasn't even going to go live, but I said, you know what? I don't want to leave anyone hanging. I don't want to leave anyone hanging. Whether you support me or whether you've been an enemy, I don't even consider you an enemy. Regardless of who you are, whether you like me or not, I didn't want to leave you hanging. Three and a half years ago, before I shut down my former channel, I did a similar stream like this. And it was after, my ex, who used to run that channel with me, broke up with me. She had every right to break up with me based on what I didn't even realize I was putting her through. My intentions have never been to hurt a fly. Even, including everything that I did out here, whether it came off the right way or not, my intentions have always been to never hurt a fly. And some people that feel or that may feel have been hurt by me, that was never my intention, but maybe it came off that way. And if it did, I sincerely and wholeheartedly apologize to you. Too many people to mention. When I did that stream, I broke down. And, I wasn't feeling good because I lost a woman I really cared for. Now, I've moved on past her and I'm very happy with the lady I'm with right now, but I just want to be transparent, or as transparent with you folks as possible. Especially if you decide to become a YouTuber one day and you come across this, I'm probably going to leave this video up, the only video up. Whether I end up coming back on my former channel or not, I'm probably going to leave at least this one video up here on this channel so people can see it. I'm not going to take it down. And by the way, you folks can use this in any way you want. I'm never filing copyright strikes again. I'm not flagging anyone again. I'm not getting involved in any of the things I got involved with again. There are some things I got involved with on this platform because I thought it was going to not only help me, but help the other people that I was involved with get ahead and have happiness and have success out here on the platform. So yeah, if you want to use this in any way, no problem. Everybody has the right to share what they think. I know a lot of people think I'm a piece of shit. If you think I'm a piece of shit, then it's your opinion. I respect it. Maybe at times I have been a piece of shit, but my intentions have never been to be like that. I was just trying to figure this thing out. I've always loved YouTube. I've been on YouTube since the company started right here in the Bay Area where I live, in a town called San Mateo, California, which is literally, 3 cities north of Redwood City where I live. I had 3 college kids. After a year, because the site was starting to blow up, they couldn't handle it. They needed a big company like Google to buy YouTube out, and Google bought YouTube from these 3 college kids for, I think it was 1.7 or 1.8 billion about 17, 18 years ago. I've been on the platform since the days where people were putting cat videos, low resolution cat videos that were getting millions of views. So I love this platform. I do. I really love this platform and the incredible amount of creators that, I've encountered out here, and the wealth of knowledge I've learned from a lot of these creators. And initially, YouTube was really about creating. And then it just shifted. There's just a big shift. And now, over the last 5 years, it's even become a bigger shift. And I don't know if it's just me or if you folks notice it, but there aren't really that many decent creators out here that are creating like creators used to back in the days. And that's because, it's harder to grow. There are more people on the platform. And, half the platform runs live streams. They run drama panels, and that's what people want. Apparently, that's what people want. And that's just not for me. YouTube has evolved into this, and it's just not for me. But it may be for you. And if it is for you, I don't want to take that away from you. And I'm coming out here tonight, and it's not easy for me to say this. And I'm not BSing you. This is not scripted. I have no script. This is on the fly. I'm coming out here tonight and saying that I want each and every one of you to have what you want, whether you love me or don't love me. I don't want to take anything away from you. I never did. Maybe it was my calling to come out here for 5 years and invest my time, regardless of how little money I made doing this. And maybe it was my calling to come out here so other people can learn from the way I used to do things, and other people could learn to become more confident on the microphone and, in front of the camera. I'm really happy and proud to say that there are even a lot of people in many of these drama groups I used to be involved with. And I'm not trying to take credit for it, but I know a lot of these people learned from many of the things I was doing. Not necessarily my actual content, but the style that I was doing with my live streams. They learned how to be better public speakers. They learned to not fear the camera. And for that, I'm very happy for you. I'm sincerely very happy for you. So like I said, my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, has been hidden and will remain hidden for at least 2 weeks or so while I download some content that I need to download from it. I need to make sure I've got everything if I decide to remove it. But like I said, if I do decide to come back on that channel within 2 weeks or a month or so, the very first thing I'm going to do is just remove every piece of content that could be perceived as hateful or, saying things about drama groups and other people like that. It was never my intention to do that, and I should have never, ever said those things or gotten involved in the first place. I was just trying to do whatever it would take to grow my channel, and I realized that it wasn't the right thing. And for that, I also apologize. There are many people out here that I've talked to behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, and many of you may think this is a cowardly way, to just leave and not fight the fight. I never wanted to fight the fight. I never wanted to fight in the first place. All I wanted to do was collaborate with people and work together with people. But sometimes people get in your ear or get in your head and they convince you to do things that you really didn't want to do, and then you end up making mistakes. And once you make those mistakes, you can't take them back on YouTube. They're there, right? And for anyone out there that wants to consider me a coward, no problem. I can understand. I personally don't feel I'm a coward because I personally feel this is the right thing for me to do for myself. Many of you out there are doing YouTube as a hobby. I was running YouTube as a business. So your vested interest on this platform is different than mine. People that don't have a business vested interest on YouTube really don't have much to lose. I have a lot to lose. Number one, my amazing girlfriend that I don't want to lose. And if that makes me sound pathetic, then so be it, right? I have family that's been through a lot because of the content I've created out here. And I don't want to put them through that anymore. I never wanted to put them through that in the first place. I think, at least in my opinion, I'm not trying to say I'm all that. I'm really not. I'm honestly a very humble person. A very humble person. And this is what I've always taught people. I think the stronger man is the man who can humble himself and come out here and allow himself to be vulnerable with each and every one of you. and not worrying about whether people out there think he's a coward or not. Yeah, most people would probably say this isn't a good idea, but I'm myself and I do what I feel is right for myself. And I don't let anyone else dictate, what is right or wrong for me. I'm a grown ass man and I can make those decisions for myself. By the way, I've disabled the live stream chat and the comments and the like count. The dislike count is automatically disabled now on YouTube, but I'm really, really surprised to see the amount of likes there are here. I'm not going to mention that. I'm just going to say thank you to those that have liked this stream. It doesn't matter because this is not a monetized channel. And that's another reason why I wanted to do this here on Coach Eli too, and not do it on the main channel before putting it to hidden for the time being. Because I want you folks to know that to me, this has never been about money. Yes, we need money to survive. And yes, I want and need to make money. But money doesn't make me happy. And in certain situations, you don't always have to monetize something to get a message out. Thank you again for another like. I appreciate you all. I do. So what's going to happen to my coaching business? What's going to happen to my content in the meantime? I'm probably going to move my content back over to Facebook. I may do some live streams over there and some walking streams over there, possibly even as soon as tomorrow. I'll have to figure that out. And I may be even doing some live streams on D Live as well. To the people that know about me, they'll know how to find my content. I'm also sure that, other people will continue to, find my content and talk about me, and that's totally fine. I have no problem with that. I have no problem if people want to follow me over to Facebook or D Live or wherever, and review my content under fair use or rebroadcast my content. I'm not worried about that anymore. I'm really not. All I want to do is start to target the right audience to truly start helping people that are open to the help. And even to the people that I came across YouTube over the last 5 years that haven't necessarily been open to the help, I hope in some way, shape, or form I've helped you in some way. I hope in some way, shape, or form, you become uplifted or a stronger person. Or you've learned how to be a YouTuber and learn how to be a better public speaker, like I said earlier. Or you've learned how to overcome the fear of being, in front of a camera on a live stream. A lot of people that I met 5 years ago, were afraid of the camera, and nowadays they love it. They were afraid to do a live stream, and nowadays they can't get enough. And that's what makes it worth it to me. That's what makes it worth it to me. I'm going to be wrapping this up in about 10 minutes or less, folks, because I need to call my lady. And I need to eat. I haven't eaten yet. And quite frankly, I really need a rest. I really need a rest. It's been a lot of stress. There's been a lot of stress that this has caused me over the last 5 years. And I just don't need that stress at age 48. Yeah, I may be in decent shape and be healthy, but let me tell you something. It doesn't matter how healthy you are or how great shape you're in. Stress is the leading cause of death, is a leading cause of death. And I don't want to continue putting myself through this amount of stress just to try to trigger the YouTube algorithm and become a famous YouTuber. I'm not a quitter, folks. I'm just one that looks at things genuinely and realistically. And in my entire life, from when I was working in the corporate world to becoming a self-employed entrepreneur, I've always made decisions to remove myself from certain situations that weren't working anymore or just weren't working from the beginning, and then move forward to something bigger and better. And that's what I've decided to do here. So more than likely tomorrow, I will probably do a walking stream on Facebook. I haven't done one in a while there. I may do some in-studio streams on Facebook, and then simulcast them on D Live. And, if people, know my name, you know how to search for me, you know how to find me. If you want to follow me over there, whether you love me or don't love me as much or don't even love me at all, that's okay. That's okay. I just need to step away from YouTube at least for a little bit, maybe permanently. Who knows? This might have been the right move to do all along. But I've always been the kind of person that's going to try new things and see how that goes. I've never been afraid to try new things or change things up. Before I wrap this up, I will say this has been one hell of an experience. Been one hell of a learning experience that has made me a much stronger person than I was when I first came on this platform 5 years ago on my former channel. I've said it before and I'll say it again here because it makes sense to say it here. I came on YouTube, I had thick skin already in real life because I'd been through so much in real life. I built up some thick skin. I brought that onto YouTube and it just wasn't good enough. And if anything, at the end of the day, what this has done for me and probably for many other people that had, experienced similar things as I have, it's made your already thick skin 10 times thicker and tougher. And that's what it's done for me. So I know in my head and my heart, wherever I go now, whatever I do, nothing's going to faze me. Nothing's going to bother me. And that's the level I want to help you folks, or I was hoping, and maybe still hoping, to help you folks get to. It's going to be a tough choice. It's going to be a tough choice when a couple weeks come up and I've finished downloading whatever content I need to download from my main channel that's hidden, whether I shut it down or whether I put it back to public and just maybe even start over. Maybe just, leave enough videos, good, clean, wholesome videos that have enough watch time to keep the channel monetized. Remove any and all videos that refer to any drama groups or anything like that. Just remove all of that. And possibly even do a rebrand again. So there's a lot to think about, folks. It's a tough decision because I've invested a lot of my time and money and blood, sweat, and tears into this. And I know my lady behind the scenes is probably in tears right now. And baby, you don't need to be. We're going to be just fine. We're going to be just fine. And who knows, maybe I might put an occasional update on this channel here regarding where my other content is at in the meantime. I'm not sure. I have to think about that tonight, talk it over with my lady, and figure out, what I'm going to do next. For anyone that really, really cares about what options I have, and am I going to be fine? I'm absolutely going to be fine. Because I always have something to fall back on. Like I mentioned late last year, I always renew my insurance licenses. I can always go back to selling insurance, even though it's not my real purpose. It would, bring in some more income. For the time being, I am fine. And, a lot of people have, questioned, how are you doing this? The channel's not making a lot of money. I've done well in the past. I've saved money. I've reinvested money. And even though it really isn't any of anyone's business, I just want to be as transparent with you folks as possible here tonight. And once again, before I wrap this up, I sincerely apologize to each and every one of you out there. Whether you love me or don't love me, I've never meant to hurt anyone. Like I said earlier tonight, my intentions have never been to hurt anyone. Sometimes people get hurt, or sometimes we hurt people and we don't even realize we're hurting them. And maybe our intentions aren't to hurt them. But sometimes, like I said, we do things that does hurt other people. I don't want to do that anymore. And that's never been my intention to do so. And I really hope to each and every one of you out there, regardless of who you are, where you come from, whether our paths cross again or not, I hope you can find it in your heart at some point to forgive me if you feel that I've caused you any grief. It's each and every one of you. Am I saddened by this? Absolutely. I'd be lying to you if I wasn't. I could come here and put up a game face, right? And try to BS you all and, try to be all tough and everything, but no. It's not how I feel. This is how I feel. It's not easy. It's taken a lot of strength to really keep it together right here to even present this to you folks. I will tell you right now, if I had to do this same stream 3-4 years ago, maybe 3.5 years ago, like I did on my former channel when my ex broke up with me, would have probably ended up the same way that last stream did. I would have lost my shit, and I did lose my shit. I love you all, and if I decide to completely not come back, again, some people may be thinking that this is a ploy for views. He's going to flip the channel back to public and use it to get more attention. No, that is not the case. So help me God. So help me God, that is not the case. But everyone's going to think what they want to think. If I decide to not come back to YouTube, I wish you all the best. And in the meantime, I wish you all the best. I'll tell you this, folks. I've never in my entire life, I'll wrap up by saying this, I've never in my entire life experienced so much public humiliation as I have on this platform. Never. And maybe I deserved some of it based on my actions. Maybe it was a learning experience because I didn't know what I was doing initially. I don't think anyone does initially. But I learned from it. It made me a better person. It made me a stronger person. Strong enough to come out here and address you folks tonight. Strong enough to apologize for everything. There's just too much to mention. I'm not going to do a show and mention every single little situation where I encountered people on a live stream and we said some things that we didn't mean. You know, too much to mention. I appreciate to all of you that are liking this. I'm not really worried about the likes or the dislikes. It shows it to you on the back end of YouTube. And finally, before I go, please continue creating. Don't stop creating. I'm not going to stop creating. It may just not be out here on YouTube. Continue to do what you feel is right for yourself. Continue to do whatever it takes to make you happy and whatever fulfills you. Never, ever, ever give up on yourself. I'm not giving up on myself. I'm just realizing it's time for a change. Time for a big change. And there are a lot of people out there that I've been saying for a long time, maybe this isn't for you, Eli. Maybe, YouTube's not for you. Maybe so. Maybe you're right. We're going to find out. I respect even that type of criticism that I really don't want to hear. I respect it. I respect everyone's criticism. I always have. Maybe I didn't react the right ways initially, but I always have. Just a second here. Again, I don't want to leave you folks high and dry. I don't. And I do feel horrible for leaving many people that actually do want me to continue doing what I've been doing on a daily basis. I do feel bad. And yeah, it's been, I'll be honest, I've been thinking a lot about it lately. I've been talking about it on my streams. I've been talking about it with my lady. I was talking about some of the panels I went on lately. Like, earlier today, Jonathan Tuttle's panel, then the Empress Janet channel. And I went on these panels. And look, I love everybody. My lady sent me a text. Baby, you're great. I have lots of love for you. This isn't the end, babe. It's not the end. YouTube's not the only place to create. It's not the end. Yeah, my lady is a little emotional about this. I can't blame her. When a woman really loves you, she'll move mountains for you. She'll fight battles for you you don't want her to fight. This woman has been ready to go to war for me, and I told her, baby, it's not worth it. Don't worry about it. We got this. That's when you know you have a good woman, when she's willing to do whatever it takes to help you reach success. It's one thing I've really learned in this relationship. Good woman is going to do whatever it takes to protect her man so he can reach success and maintain success. Been a big lesson learned. Big lesson learned. I love you all. And like I said, hopefully our paths can cross again at some point. There's a lot up in the air right now. And I know a lot of people are probably going to want to talk with me privately, and I'm not going to talk with anyone privately. I really don't want to talk about this with anyone. That's why I did this stream. I just want to spend time with my lady and my family and my friends. And I promise the rest of you that care, or even if you don't, people that are curious for the updates, I will update you when possible, maybe even on this channel here. So I'm not looking for subscribers. It's not even a monetized channel, but if you want to know the updates, should I decide to put them out here, you may want to subscribe and bang the bell and select the notifications here. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And while it may not seem like the right thing to the rest of the world, as long as it's the right thing for you, deep within, and you're happy and satisfied with the decision that you made, that's all that matters. Thank you to all of you that have supported me, past and present, and even thank you to all the people that have come at me. You actually helped me too in ways you would never realize. You helped me become a stronger person. You've all helped me, regardless of who you are. And for that, my gratitude to you, and I tip my hat to you. Thank you, everybody. Have yourselves a wonderful night, and I'll catch you sometime in the future. Until then, please be good to each other.